Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into a program that could seriously launch your career before you even graduate. I'm talking about the Khalifa University Co-op program. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how it all works, and of course, what it takes to get in. So let's figure out if this is the right launch pad for you. So let me just start by asking you this. How would you like to get a full year, a paid full year of professional experience on your resume before you even toss your graduation cap in the air? Seriously, that's not just some nice idea. That is the core promise of the co-op program. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't that just a really long internship? And, that's a fair question, but not quite. An internship is awesome for dipping your toes in the water. Usually it's a short-term summer thing. A co-op, though, is a much deeper dive. We're talking a paid, full-time commitment for 26 weeks, totally integrated into your academic year. It's really the difference between being a guest star on a show and becoming a main character in your career's very first season. So here's the most important thing to get. The co-op is a formal, structured program. This isn't just about getting a job for a little while. It's about taking everything you're learning in the classroom and applying it in a real-world, supervised, professional environment. And maybe the best part, you're actually earning academic credit while you do it. It's literally a bridge connecting what you know with what you can do. Okay, so what's in it for you? Why should you really consider this? Well, the benefits are huge. You're not just getting up to a year of real-world experience. You're building a professional network from the inside. You're making yourself way more employable after graduation. You get to test drive different career paths to see what you actually like. And you earn a stipend while you're at it. It's an amazing package that really sets you up for success. All right, here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We've covered the basics. Next, we'll get into what it takes to get ready, walk through the application journey, talk about how to succeed once you're in a role, and finally, how to cross that finish line. Let's kick things off with getting ready. First things first, are you even eligible? Let's break down the key requirements you have to meet to start this journey. These are the absolute non-negotiables. The first magic number you need to remember is 90. You have to have completed at least 90 credits by the end of the spring semester right before your co-op would start. This just makes sure you've got a really solid academic foundation before you step out into a professional role. All right, next up, let's talk grades. You need a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.25. And look, this isn't just an arbitrary number. It's a clear signal to employers that you're a high achiever who's serious not just about your studies, but about your professional growth too. And the final key number to keep in mind is 26. Each co-op term is a 26-week full-time commitment. That's a full 6 months dedicated to one role. And that's what's so great about it. It gives you enough time to move beyond the small stuff and really sink your teeth into meaningful projects. It's not just about the numbers, though. There are a couple of other must-haves. You'll also need to pass the KU co-op screening interview. They're just checking for your readiness and professionalism. And you absolutely have to complete the prerequisite course, GENS 300, before your first term begins. Okay, so you check all the boxes. You're eligible. Now what? Let's walk through the application journey step by step, from just being interested all the way to getting that official offer. I know, this might look like a lot of steps, but it's actually a really clear path. It all kicks off with an orientation meeting, and then you get your official invitation to apply. After that, you'll interview with the KU team to make sure you're ready. Once you pass that, you build out your profile and start applying to jobs. Then, of course, come the employer interviews, hopefully followed by an offer, and the final step is just your registration. See? Each step just gets you closer to the goal. And let's talk about that profile for a second. It's on a platform called Simplicity, and you have to treat this thing like gold. It is your digital handshake. It's the central hub for finding job postings, but more importantly, it's where you build the professional profile that employers will see first. You've got to make it count. So, to put this all into perspective, here's a bird's eye view of the timeline. The whole cycle gets going with orientation and registration. Then it moves through interviews, first with KU, then with employers, and it all leads up to that final matching and offer phase. It's a process that really unfolds over the course of the academic year. So, you did it. You landed the position. Congratulations. That's awesome. But, getting the job is only half the battle. Now we need to focus on how to absolutely crush it and make a real impression while you're there. As a co-op student, you've got responsibilities that go beyond just your day-to-day tasks. You're expected to be an active participant, to communicate clearly and often with your supervisors, to get your reports in on time, and, this is the big one, to maintain the highest level of professionalism at all times. And listen, you're not just thrown into the deep end alone. You've got a whole support system. The co-op office is there for you with things like workshops and general support. Then, at the company, your organization supervisor is your day-to-day guide. They give you tasks, they give you guidance, and they evaluate your performance. Just knowing who to go to for what is key. This is so important to remember. When you're on a co-op, you are an ambassador for Khalifa University. Your behavior, your work ethic, everything you do reflects on the entire university. That means you have to follow the code of conduct for both KU and your host organization, no exceptions. And let's be crystal clear about the expectations here. Make no mistake, this is a full-time commitment. You should be expecting to work somewhere between 35 and 40 hours a week, just like any other professional employee. This is not a part-time gig. It's a full immersion into the working world. You've put in the hours, you've done amazing work, and the end is in sight. Now let's talk about that final stretch, actually crossing the finish line and making sure you get that academic credit you've worked so hard for. To get that official pass on your transcript, you've got to turn in all your deliverables. Think of this as your final checklist. You'll need your signed co-op agreement, a midterm report to check in on your progress, the super important employer evaluation form, your big final report, and lastly, a quick post-co-op survey to give your feedback. And here's a little bit of good news that might take some of the pressure off. The entire co-op course is graded on a simple pass or fail basis. So yes, you have to meet all the requirements to pass, but the grade itself won't affect your cumulative GPA. The real focus here is on the experience and what you learn, not on getting an A. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this thought, which comes straight from the co-op handbook. It says, your decision today can shape a stronger foundation for your future career. And it's true. This program is a big commitment, for sure, but it's also a massive opportunity. Choosing to do this is a decision to invest in a stronger, more experienced, more confident version of your future self. So the real question is, what foundation will you choose to build?